And I want to quickly hit on a couple of the other laws that Texas has passed. One was they expanded low-dose medical THC use, but Texas still remains a very restrictive state for marijuana laws. Most Americans support full legalization of marijuana. Only 10% of Texans still think it should be totally illegal. Would you support relaxing enforcement of marijuana laws or advocating for marijuana legalization or at least legalization of medical marijuana?
I'm good with where we're at right now in Texas. My focus is going to be enforcing the laws on the books. I will challenge city measures that try to liberalize this issue. People forget that, and I'm a parent of two boys who are 8 and 6, that, cerebral development continues throughout most of your teenage years through the middle ages of your 20 years. And so all to say that, there's a lot of science left out there on this issue, and that it's something that I'll allow for the legislature to debate and litigate, but I'm not going to advocate for liberalizing. I'll also say that, we need to also focus on kind of the, in my visits with county sheriffs throughout the state of Texas, they tell me that we need to pledge resources towards the true issue here, and that's fentanyl and narcotics that are creating a sense of dependency and resulting in violent crime on our streets. And so I would support the continuation of drug courts in Texas, because they've actually shown to provide a lower recidivism rate among criminality. As the head of Veterans Affairs in the state of Texas, I've supported the Veterans Court system in Texas, and this allows for first-time offenders to take a diversionary path away from adjudicating that claim, as long as they join a treatment center, whether it's for alcohol or for drugs. And so if we can approach things for first-time offenders more therapeutically rather than just criminally, then that could be a change by which we get people through a treatment process, because that if you care about judicial economy and cost effectiveness, that could end up being a better process for Texans moving forward.
And if the federal government did legalize marijuana, would you fight that order, or would you be accepting of marijuana being legalized throughout the country?
That would be something that I'd have to determine at the time, depending on whether or not the legislature has a law that triggers either acceptance of that, which we have done. We've drafted several trigger laws in other areas of law, or if it's a congressional act that overnight changes the law, and then responding to what the legislature does, because my role will be defending what the legislature does in response to that. And so I'd hate to project on that, but as I mentioned before, I wouldn't be for liberalizing what we have on the books. Because I feel like right now Texas has a good model, and again, that's why I'm a federalist, because to allow other states to see from their experiences what is doing well and what's not doing well, whether it's in Colorado and their additional revenue generation, but also the downside of what you see sometimes among the homelessness in the streets of Denver. So just approaching this thoughtfully, patiently. There's no rush. And understanding what the facts and circumstances are at the time to make that decision.